class 6 I should say, because this is for class 6. Now the last, what the chapter we are doing is Dear Mrs. Naidu. Now I explained to you what it was about, what it is, everything. It's about a small girl writing a letter as a school assignment to her, whoever it is, because at the moment we don't know who she is. In fact, she herself tells the person that she is writing to that you don't know who I am. So like that way. And the name of the lesson, if you see, it's Dear Mrs. Naidu. So Dear Mrs. Naidu, there is some Mrs. Naidu. Have you understood? Now we were doing page 23. Open your books to page 23. I hope you have opened, because some of you must be, because I met some children coming down. They were nicely with their football going, as if, it's a nice long holiday. Okay, fine children, for me it doesn't make a difference, or for any of the teachers. But the day you come back to school, you will be having some tests, and since 1.5 nearly years have passed without meeting us, without relating to us, and like I say, when a few, really a few send their work, it is like some of them, the writing is bad, the way you, whatever it is, it's not there. So you have to be very careful. Now let's come to page 23. I understand if you find this confusing, Mrs. Naidu. After all, you and I don't have much in common. Now she's telling the same person that she's writing to that you will find this confusing. Arey yaar, suppose tomorrow I get a letter from somebody and I don't even know the person. So same thing, I'll be wondering who sent this letter, like some of you also, 1 or 2 of you send your lessons. But you know what I've noticed in your lessons, children? You don't write your name and the class. So I'm also confused. Now this girl says such a thing. Now I don't know the name of this girl, because the only thing that is same is like they are supposed to share the same name. Now very shocking, you know what she says? For one thing, I am alive and you are, well, you are not. Can you believe it? She is writing a letter to a person who is not alive. Imagine writing a letter to a person who is not alive. That's really very funny. Now we are quite surprised that as to who she is writing this letter to. I don't think, if you ever write a letter, like last time I explained, letter writing is out. It's only WhatsApp, that's it. Or you pick up the phone and you speak. That is why your writing, your thought process is really gone. Now if you turn to page 24, you will see, I'm sorry, she's written in brackets, I'm sorry if that was rude. Quite obvious, yeah. You're writing a letter to somebody and then you're saying, the thing that is different between you and me is that I am alive and you are not. Writing a letter to a dead person. But I have never written to a dead, diseased past. She's written dead, disease also means dead, past means gone away. Like these 3 words mean the same. Historical person before. Now you are getting a little thing, historical. That means it is somebody in history, like somebody great. So I don't really know the polite way to say that you are dead. She's saying, no, actually now we have come to to believe that she's writing to a person. Historical means who was there, who created history, who made name for herself, like that. Like Indira Gandhi, who was shot. People, Rajiv Gandhi. I really don't know the polite way. Like, she doesn't know how to say that you are dead. She wants to say whether to say you are dead, whether you have passed away or deceased. She doesn't know which word to use. So anyway, so now we are a little surprised, and now we know that when we are reading, we know that she's not writing to a friend, she's not writing to her parents, she's not writing to somebody who is there. Now we come to know that she is writing to somebody who is no more, who is dead. Here's another difference between us. Here's another difference between the person who is writing the letter and the person who is receiving it. What is the difference? When you were 12, which is how old I am now. Now the person that she is writing the letter to doesn't seem young. She seems old, because this girl says that when you were 12, that person she's writing to, and she says when you were 12 and that person is 12 now. You wrote a poem that was thousands of lines. Can you believe it, children? Here to tell you to write 5 lines you can't write. And here this person that she is writing the letter to wrote 1,000 lines. My God, children, suppose I told you to write 1,000 lines, you won't even go beyond 10 lines. And here this person has written 1,000 lines. I mean, writing a poem that was 1,000 lines. And it was in English. Wow, I can imagine, children, if I tell you to write a letter a poem, or suppose I tell you to write about, say, any experience, or letter writing, or even essay. You think you can write 1,000 lines? Never. By the time, especially now, I think you don't even write 5 lines. Anyway, so it was in English, and I can imagine what you'll write in English. You can't even make a proper sentence nowadays. That is why I tell you, children, please read and do your work, but no use. Now this girl I don't think I could write that many lines in any language. Definitely not in English. She says, oh, I don't think I could write so many lines, and that even in English. Like even in Nepali you won't be able to write. Even in Bengali you won't be able to write. Even in Bengali, Nepali, Hindi you won't be able to write in any of your languages. So what about English? Also, now she's praising this lady who she's writing to. Now I don't know who she is. Might be a he or might be a she. Also, when you were 12, you topped the Madras University matriculation exam. Imagine. That means another thing you know about her is that she writes poems, that she's a historical figure, and that she also, when she was just 12 years old, she topped the Madras University matriculation. Matriculation is like, now you have this class 10, CBSE class 10, in the thing, that is the thing. This is how you top. But I don't think I could top her. Imagine, she's saying quite obvious, like even she says, I forget topping the university, I would not be able to top a college exam. Even if I studied really, she says, I won't be able to top even if I studied and studied. You fought for India's freedom and won. Then now, when she says that, she's giving a whole list of her good qualities, and then she says, you fought for India's freedom. That means she's a leader. Like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, all this stuff. That means in your thought will come, yeah, she said historical, then again she said you fought for freedom. Now you know why freedom? We were under the British, children. We were not free. We had no right to do anything. But now you are a free, democratic country. You live, you can do whatever you like. Freedom of speech, freedom what to wear, freedom to study. So she was one. Now who is she? We don't know. We still know that she's a very thing. She was one who fought for the freedom of the country, and we got our freedom. Not only she, there were many other people who fought for our freedom, and we got our freedom. She said, I never fought for anything. You don't fight, you fight with your friends, you fight with your mother, you fight with your brother, sister. But she says, no, I didn't fight for anything. If I did, I'm not sure if I would win. Because she's saying, like, I don't know if I fought whether I would win or not. Especially if I was fighting against the British. Imagine, how can she be fighting against the Britishers who have a lot of spies and detectives? Things that don't, like, those days they had the spies, of course, like they had these meetings. I don't know whether you've seen these movies like Bhagat Singh and all. You'll realize that when they are discussing and among themselves, you will see that they are spies who will carry the messages to the leaders. And I think in India we don't have just now. And then of course she says you lived in a huge house with lots of room and maids to do your, imagine. That means this historical figure must have been a very, very famous person, because she lived in a huge room with many servants to do her work, maids. And then this girl says, my house has only one room. Only one room my house has. And Amma means her mother, is a maid. So sad. Whatever it is, it's a maid who works in other people's houses. Have you understood? So children, also one of the things is that you should be happy that your mother is, any work that she does is not low, because she is working for you all. Have you understood? Now we have come to know that the person she's writing to is not alive. The person she's writing to has written, must be a very good writer, because she wrote a poem of 1,000 lines, and that in English. And then also that she stood first in the University of Madras in her matriculation exam. And she said, I can't even stand first. Then she says, you also fought for the freedom of India, our country. And also that she, this person she is writing to, lived in a huge house with lots of room, and also she had maids to do her housework. So she must have been a very rich, famous lady or man. And she says that I live in only one room because my Amma is a maid. Her mother works as a maid, and so she's saying that she lived in one room. And she says that next thing, I mean, she's telling us about this person who she's writing to, She says that she also, like that lady had, a lady or man, again I'm telling you, had a lot of sisters and brothers. Have you understood? Now, you have also a lot of sisters and brothers maybe, or you don't have any sisters and brothers. Now, if you look at page 22, when the letter is beginning, you will see that this letter was written by this girl on the 10th of June at 2013. That is how many? Like I told you today, this is 2021. So it was written by a girl to, it was one of her school assignments which she was doing it. But the thing is that you don't bother to do. Look at this girl, please. Now this much I will do for today. That is all. Now I want you to read the letter properly. Not the letter, rather the thing. And I will send some homework. Please, please, please do it. And please, please watch the video. We are taking so much of trouble to get across to you. And like I was telling my class 5, please, if you can, like I said, one school had the system, they would bring the copies, leave it, then come again another day and take the copies. If you could do that, it will be good, because as soon as your school opens, you're going to have your exams. And then you're going to be caught. It's not like last year where you had a lovely time. And some of you are still having a lovely time. Have you understood? So good morning and thank you, children, and please be serious about your work. Thank you.